Ever wondered what goes on inside a woman's head the moment after intimacy, when the shared breath settles and the world quiets? It's a question men have puzzled over for ages, often fueled by ego and curiosity. But women, much like men, hold a few aces up their sleeves, leaving you guessing whether the sex was good or if we've had better. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on those unspoken thoughts, revealing the fascinating, sometimes surprising, internal dialogue that plays out post-romp. As a psychologist, I've had countless conversations that touch upon the delicate, often unspoken moments that follow sexual intimacy. It's a space where raw vulnerability meets swirling hormones, where immediate physical needs mingle with deep-seated emotional quests. For men, the curiosity is understandable. They wonder, did she like it? Am I good enough? What happens now? And while the simple answer we often offer is a polite yes, the truth is, a woman's mind is a vibrant, complex tapestry of thoughts in those post-coital minutes and hours. It's rarely a single definitive yes or no to your performance. There's a rich internal dialogue, a whirlwind of mental activity that encompasses everything from basic bodily functions to profound emotional assessments, the immediate aftermath, from physical needs to self-assessment. Let's start with the basics, because sometimes, even after an earth-shattering experience, the body has its own pressing demands. It's a bit like coming down from a high, and the body often sends out signals that are anything but romantic. A thirst for more, or just a drink. One common thought that might cross her mind is, I need a drink. And fellas, before your ego takes a hit, this usually has nothing to do with your bedroom prowess, although sometimes, just sometimes, a particularly intense session might leave her needing a stronger unwind. Kidding, mostly. It's simply that sex can be a dehydrating experience, increasing heart rate and burning calories, much like a good workout. Staying hydrated is actually a practical recommendation after sex, helping to flush out bacteria from the urinary tract, and keeping energy levels up, as sexual arousal can be quite draining. So if she asks for water, don't overthink it. She's likely just plain thirsty. The post-workout hunger pangs. Following closely behind thirst, many women find themselves thinking, I'm famished. Sex is indeed a physical activity, burning calories and increasing heart rate, much like a workout. It's totally normal to feel exhausted, spent, and hungry afterwards. Chances are you might be feeling it too. So if she suggests a midnight snack or rummages for leftovers, it doesn't mean she'd prefer a burger over you. Not always, at least. Consider offering a light snack like chia seeds or green tea, or even cooking something simple together, as this can be another way to bond and communicate, extending that intimacy in a different, comforting way. Think of it as post-game nourishment for two champions. The all-important post-sex pit stop. Let's talk about the less glamorous but incredibly important aspect: hygiene. Almost immediately after sex, a woman's mind might race to, I need to pee. This isn't just a physical urge, it's a vital health measure. As a sexual health expert, I can tell you that urinating immediately after sex, especially for women, is crucial for flushing out bacteria from the urinary tract and preventing UTIs. The proximity of the vagina and urethra in women means there's a higher risk of infection. So this isn't just a suggestion, it's a best practice. Beyond that, a general desire for cleanliness will pop up. There are so many fluids in and around my body right now. I need to shower like yesterday. Or perhaps, please no, I really don't want my pink linen sheets to be sticky. It's about feeling comfortable and fresh again. A quick, gentle wash of the genital area with warm water and mild, unscented soap is recommended to remove sweat and other fluids. And yes, if you used any fun accessories, sterilizing them afterwards is also on the mental to-do list. Afterwards, she'll likely want to put on fresh, breathable underwear, preferably 100% cotton, to keep things comfortable and prevent bacterial growth. Then there's the subtle testing anxiety. If it was a new partner, or even if it wasn't, thoughts about STI testing schedules can sneak in. When's the last time they got tested? When's the last time I got tested? And if you used a condom, checking it for tears or slippages. A crucial, if unromantic, step to prevent unwanted pregnancy or STIs. These aren't exactly passion killers, but rather practical, self-protective thoughts that demonstrate a woman's awareness of her body and health. The inner critic and the ego boost. Self-perception and partner assessment. Once the immediate physical needs are addressed, or even while they're brewing, a woman's mind delves into more complex emotional and ego-driven territory. This is where her self-perception and her assessment of the encounter truly come into play. Damn, I'm good. Or, was I good for him? Oh yes, we women have our moments of internal swagger too. Sometimes a woman might be thinking, damn, I'm good. If you're dating a woman with the ego of a man, she might be proud of her skills, because, well, they're skills for a reason. It's a healthy display of confidence, a feminine alpha reveling in her power. Don't be surprised if she's basking in the glow of her own performance. However, the flip side is often more prevalent. Was I good for him? A lot of times, women, more than you'd believe, get conscious during and after sex, wondering if they did it right. This self-doubt is often rooted in insecurity about her own sexual skills, a fear of not being desirable enough. It's a sad reality that sometimes women forget that simply being a woman who agreed to be intimate with a particular guy makes her good in his eyes. In these moments, she might look around, studying the environment for markers that she screwed up somewhere. Maybe her panties were not so clean. Maybe you spotted the stretch marks on her bum. Maybe she had been too loud and the neighbors heard. Maybe she doesn't smell right. She's looking for reassurance, not left alone with her thoughts. He was so good. Or, that got over quickly. Now, about you fellas. Sometimes, yes, sometimes. And honestly, rare times is the term one source used. She is thinking about how amazing you were in bed. Her facial expression might not betray it. She might even look bored, or like she just finished a task, trying to keep you from knowing just how good you were. It's a delightful secret she might keep tucked away. But then there's the less flattering thought, that got over quickly. I'm really sorry to break it to you, but if the main event wrapped up in under 10 or 15 minutes, this thought is probably crossing her mind a lot of times. It's not a joke, folks. It's a dead serious observation. And for the truly unfortunate, there's, I'm glad that's over. This is the thought you really don't want her to have. There are no easy clues for this one, but if she looks glad, not satisfied, and isn't too eager to talk about the sex, you might have hit this less than stellar mark. It could also lead to the more damning, what the heck did I just do? If the sex was genuinely bad, too fast, robotic, no emotional connection, or if you immediately ignored her and started snoring like a warthog. No woman wants to feel inconsequential or unappreciated after intimacy. The relationship crossroads. Where do we go from here? This is where the post-sex thoughts become profoundly impactful for the future of your connection. Once the physical and immediate performance assessments are done, her mind often shifts to the relationship itself. Where is this leading? And are we a couple now? Unlike many men who can have sex and leave it at that, women often seek something more meaningful. If you didn't explicitly define the encounter as a one-time thing, she's likely wondering about future encounters, speculating if this could lead to something serious. There's a powerful psychological reality that once a woman opens her legs, there's a significant chance she's also opening her heart. This isn't to say all women, or that it's universally true for every casual encounter, but for many, it's a profound act that changes the emotional landscape. Thoughts like, does he love me now? Or, are we a couple now? Are surprisingly common. Some women, perhaps due to past experiences or societal narratives, genuinely believe that sleeping with a guy seals the romantic deal in an unbreakable way. And let's be honest, sometimes men inadvertently foster this perception by leading women to believe intimacy would elevate the relationship, or by saying her name during climax or holding her in a way that feels couple-like. She might be thinking, you see her as a potential significant other, eagerly awaiting signals of commitment. She might even start looking around your bedroom, wondering how her life can fit into yours, planning to bring her toothbrush and towel next time, hoping for breakfast in bed. This isn't clinginess. It's often a hopeful, natural emotional response to a deeply intimate act. Oh my God, what have I done? the regret and anxiety. Conversely, profound regret can also set in. "Oh my God, what have I done?" is a thought that can hit hard, especially under certain circumstances. This could be if she cheated on a partner, got intimate with someone she shouldn't have, or woke up next to a stranger whose face she doesn't even like now that she's sober. This kind of regret, often fueled by post-coital dysphoria, PCD, or post-coital tristesse, PCT, is a real phenomenon characterized by feelings of sadness, anxiety, agitation, or even aggression after sex. Studies show that women are more likely to experience regret after a one-night stand, 35% compared to 20% for men. The reasons are often tied to deeper anxieties: fear of unwanted pregnancy, fear of sexually transmitted infections, or simply disappointment in the quality of the sexual experience. Sometimes it's a general feeling of disgust. These feelings aren't trivial. They can lead to significant psychological distress, low self-esteem, and even avoidance of future sexual activity. Hormonal changes also play a role. The rapid drop in happiness hormones like oxytocin and dopamine after sex can leave a void, leading to feelings of emptiness and anxiety. The power shift, known versus unknown, and the recasting process. From a fascinating psychological perspective, the act of sex dramatically shifts the power dynamics in a burgeoning relationship, transforming the unknown into the known. Before intimacy, a man is an enigma, a series of unanswered questions in her mind. Is he going to try to sleep with me? Does he want to? Will he be masculine and aggressive or timid? Will the sex be exciting and good or boring and bad? How is he going to treat me after? These questions buzz beneath the surface, driving a certain kind of curiosity and, frankly, holding a certain kind of power for the woman. Once she's slept with you, these questions are answered. You're no longer an unknown quantity. You've become a known factor. This first sexual encounter is incredibly important, as it often sets the tone for a surprising amount of what is to follow. For women who have had many sexual partners, the anticipation and novelty might be less, but if you do something truly memorable, you can still surprise her. Here's the kicker. Sex takes her previously calculating logical thought process about you and clouds it with hormone-induced feeling and emotion. She experiences a strong emotional reaction to you, either good or bad, and in this emotional aftermath, she recasts you. This recasting process is crucial and is heavily influenced by two key factors: the dominance of the seduction and sex, and how well you treat her after the fact. The dominance factor. The dominance of the seduction includes how quickly you moved, how consistently you hit on her escalation cues, how much time you spent interacting before intimacy, and how smoothly you handled social situations. The dominance of the sex itself involves whether you pursued what you wanted assertively, broke through any last-minute resistance, or if there was none. And most importantly, whether you gave her great, hard, orgasmic sex. Why does this matter? Because dominance is one of the most attractive traits a man can possess in a woman's eyes. If you nail these dominance indicators, even if she didn't see you as super dominant before, her view of you will dramatically shift after sex. You acted dominantly, and you got results. This means that a man who successfully copulates with a woman, even if he's not traditionally macho, can be perceived as more masculine than many who try and fail. This recasting doesn't happen before sex, only after. The post-sex treatment factor. This factor is equally, if not more, critical. A woman's sensitivity to your post-coital attitude varies. Some women are hyper-aware of even minute changes in your demeanor, whether you become cooler or warmer. Behave the same, the golden rule. If you suddenly morph into a different person once the deed is done, she's going to feel cheated. She'll feel like the before you was a ruse to get her into bed, and the real you is not the guy she chose. Consistency is key to avoiding the old switcheroo feeling. Be nice about departure. If you need her to leave, be gracious. Give her a wind-down period for emotions to cool and offer to call her a cab. Don't just kick her out. Go multiple rounds. If you can, this is a powerful signal. It tells her you're genuinely attracted and not just getting off. It communicates a deeper desire for her specifically. Breakfast, if she stays. A simple, kind gesture that says you're not in a hurry to get rid of her and don't regret the encounter. Many women have experienced the walk of shame feeling or being ghosted after a night, and you definitely don't want to be that guy. The follow-up. Text. Sending a nice text. Had a great time last night. 3, 5 hours after she's left, or the next morning if she stayed, is crucial. This hits right when she might start feeling insecure or engaging in auto-rejection thoughts like, does he think I'm a slut? Timely reassurance can make all the difference. When a woman feels well treated after sex, she's more likely to feel comfortable pursuing you, contacting you, and recalling the experience fondly. Your value as a mate becomes visible to her. But if she feels poorly treated, even if you were incredibly dominant, your value becomes invisible, and she might end up hating your guts. This recasting process also extends to other men in her life. The men who were pursuing her but didn't close the deal will immediately lose power and attractiveness in her eyes. You, the one who succeeded, gain power and appeal. It's a fundamental shift in how she perceives not just you, but her entire dating landscape. The desire for connection versus the sleepy man. This brings us to a common post-sex dynamic that often leaves women feeling a little bewildered, the man falling asleep. For women, post-sex is often a time when the love hormone oxytocin is high, creating a strong desire for cuddling, talking, and deeper emotional connection. She might want to chat endlessly, even late into the night, using body language to express affection. Hugging, caressing your arm, wrapping her arms around you, conveying a room full of love and warmth. She might even want to know your sleeping habits, adapting to your quirks because your presence alone makes her happy. She desires an extension of the intimacy, a verbal and physical bond that reaffirms the connection. Then, you roll over and zazz. For men, falling asleep after sex is often a normal physiological response. It's not a reflection of dissatisfaction or a lack of caring. Sexual therapist David Mackenzie explains that biochemicals like prolactin are released after male orgasm, leading to physical tiredness. The continuous exertion, glycogen depletion in muscles, and increased production of oxytocin, prolactin, GABA, and endorphins all contribute to profound sleepiness. Even the prefrontal cortex, responsible for alertness and mental activity, can become less active after male orgasm. While she's brimming with conversation and connection, you're potentially in a post-coital coma. This disparity can lead to her feeling confused, thinking she didn't perform well, or that you weren't satisfied. It's why open communication about post-sex needs is so vital. If you, as a man, know you tend to get sleepy, a quick word of reassurance, a tight cuddle before drifting off, or a promise to talk in the morning can make a world of difference. You can also try simple things like not having sex right after a big meal, which can exacerbate sleepiness, or even changing up your environment from just the bed to keep the energy flowing a bit longer. The complex tapestry of post-sex thoughts. Ultimately, a woman's mind after sex is a complex blend of physiological responses, emotional assessments, and relational calculations. It can be a moment of pure bliss, basking in satisfaction and affection. Can we go again? Or, I want this to be permanent, are truly wonderful thoughts that signify a fantastic connection. If she's snuggled happily in your arms, you've likely hit the mark. But it can also be a minefield of anxiety. What are we? Did I just make a mistake? Will he tell his friends? Or practical concerns like, my loan payments are due tomorrow. The emotional roller coaster can include anxiety about performance or body image, or a more clinical post-coital dysphoria that leaves her feeling sad and empty. The fear of consequences like STIs or unwanted pregnancy is a heavy weight for many women. These thoughts aren't static. They ebb and flow, sometimes contradictory, often deeply personal. They are influenced by the quality of the sex, the nature of the relationship, her own self-confidence, and her expectations for the future. In the grand scheme of things, understanding this intricate internal world is less about memorizing a checklist and more about cultivating empathy and communication. When you understand the spectrum of thoughts that might be swirling, You can be more attuned, more reassuring, and ultimately a more connected partner. Conclusion. So, the next time you share that profound intimacy, remember the silent symphony playing in her mind. From the mundane craving for a snack to the profound questioning of your shared future, her thoughts are a testament to the depth of her experience. It's a blend of physical needs, self-assessment, and a hopeful, sometimes anxious, gaze towards what comes next. By offering genuine affection, clear communication, and thoughtful care in those moments, you're not just ending an act. You're building a bridge, reinforcing connection, and reassuring her that in the delicate aftermath of intimacy, she is seen, valued, and truly cherished.